What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are talking about the Ammo Frothy and Aerator. I know I've already made 2 videos in the past. I'm making another one, and the reason I'm making another one is because when I first used the Frothy on my vinyl, I realized that it was a little bit too good at doing what it does. And so I was a little bit reluctant because I had this thought that maybe the Ammo Frothy and Aerator are so good at doing what they're doing because they're actually breaking down, or in a sense disintegrating, the protective coating of the vinyl. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, you know how when you daily drive your vehicle and you get bugs that accumulate on your front bumper and tar or gum that accumulates on the sides of the fenders where the wheels are? Well, basically it was very easy to clean the bugs and the tar off of the vinyl, and that made me question a little bit the integrity of the Ammo Frothy soap, because I thought, in a sense, maybe the Ammo Frothy soap was a little bit too harsh for the vinyl and was actually disintegrating or breaking down the protective coating of the vinyl. Because if you go over here, let me show you real quick. Okay, because if we go over here to the vinyl, we're gonna see something that has happened over time, and it hasn't been a very long time. I finished wrapping the car in about, I think, August, and it is December now, so it hasn't been a very long time, but this is what has happened. So I don't know if we're going to be able to kind of see or not, but you can see that there's some specks on the vinyl, and you can see, it's hard to kind of tell, but on these hard edges right here on the vinyl, you can see that it's kind of faded a little bit. So that made me question as to whether the vinyl was being damaged as a result of using the Frothy on the vinyl, and maybe because the Frothy was more meant for paint, it was actually harming the vinyl in the process. I think I said that twice already, but I think you get what I'm saying. So I'm going to show you a little example of just how good the Frothy is. Okay, so I've got my Frothy right here. I'm going to spray this area. You can see that there's some bugs right here that are left over. The car's been washed already, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean them. Let me see if I can maybe zoom out a little bit now, zoom in a little more. Okay, so I'm going to spray it. Just a quick note, I do realize that I'm using the wrong towels. The ones that come with the kit, the orange ones, are the ones that are meant for paint surfaces and vinyl. So you can see now that with minimal effort, this area becomes cleaned very easy. It's really weird how Frothy is really good, but I guess that's just, you know, the research and development that's been put into it. So it's really impressive on how easy it is to clean vinyl. Let me see if I could find another example for you. Alright, so here's another part of the front bumper. Again, just hit it with some Frothy. Take your microfiber towel, just start rubbing it away. That one was a little bit more difficult to remove, but I think you get the point. I mean, cleaning vinyl with this thing is just, it's really easy. It requires minimal effort. Now, of course, if you let the bugs sit on the vinyl for a while and they bake in there, yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder to remove. But the point I'm trying to get across is that this makes cleaning vinyl really easy. Okay, so as I said, when I first started using the Frothy on the vinyl, I was a little bit reluctant to share that because I didn't know if the Frothy was actually meant for vinyl or not. So after I purchased the Frothy, a few weeks later, Larry from Ammo NYC sent out an email thanking me for the purchase, and if there was anything that I ever needed, to reach out to him and ask him any questions. So I used that to my advantage, and I asked him if he had any idea as to whether the frothy would cause damage to vinyl. He got back to me in an email within a day or two and told me that he's been using the frothy on his car, which is wrapped as well, and he hasn't had any problems with it, hasn't noticed anything. So I think that's proof right there to say that the frothy is perfect for vinyl, and as you can see, as the examples that I've shown, it's very easy to clean vinyl with the frothy. It doesn't require a lot of, elbow grease, if you will, to clean the bugs off of the front bumper or tar that has accumulated on the car through daily driving. So I think with that, the frothy is a really useful tool when it comes to cleaning those areas that you have to put more effort into to clean them, and as a result there's always a consequence, right? The harder you rub something on a car like paint or vinyl, the more likely you are to induce swirl marks in it. So with the frothy, again, it's kind of a barrier, and then it's also soap, so it eliminates, it doesn't eliminate swirl marks, but it kind of reduces the chances of there ever being any swirl marks, which is really cool. So just some final thoughts on the ammo aerator and frothy. This tool has become pretty much a staple in my car wash supplies that I have. I'm not a crazy detailer. I don't have a lot of experience in detailing. I don't really have expensive products or anything like that. The ammo aerator and frothy is probably the most expensive tool that I have in my arsenal of cleaning supplies. And it has proven to be very useful because of its ease for cleaning vinyl, but that's not the only thing that I use it for. I also use it to clean the door jambs of the cars. I recently used it for the first time yesterday to clean my all-weather floor mats, and it did an amazing job. And it's very versatile, and I think, if you're looking for a product that is kind of versatile, a one sort of kind of fits all, I think the ammo aerator paired with the frothy soap is a good place to start. Not only that, but if you have a wrapped car and you're looking for a way to clean it and have something that's pretty reliable in terms of cleaning, I think this is a really good investment in cleaning your vinyl because of how easy it is to just clean. And of course, it's not going to replace the traditional car wash. The way I wash my car is pretty much using the 2-bucket method, trying to get as much dirt as I can off first before I actually start using the frothy. But the frothy is kind of that finishing touch, if you will, to actually cleaning my car. So with that being said, I think this is probably the last video that I'm going to make of the ammo aerator and the frothy. Like I've said, I've already made 2 other ones kind of reviewing them and showing them in such a way that kind of shows its use. But like I said, I didn't want to talk about how easy it was to clean vinyl in the past just because I didn't know if it was safe to use on vinyl or not, but now I do. And if you're curious as to why my vinyl faded and has behaved the way it has in such a short amount of time, I think the thing to blame is probably the high heat, as well as it always being exposed to the sun pretty much all the time here in Texas. So like I said, it was finished being wrapped in the summer, and so at work the car would just sit out in the heat all day and it would just bake on the car. So that's probably a reason why it faded so quickly. I'm not too sure. I do know some other people that have wrapped their car with Vivid vinyl wrap as well, and it has not acted the same way. If they can keep their car in a garage or out of the sun or out of high heat for a couple of hours, that might benefit, but I'm not sure. So only time will tell. I don't know if I just got a bad batch vinyl or what. This was a newly released color for 2018. I highly doubt it's a bad batch. Either that or maybe I just put too much tension all over the place and the film just kind of pulled in each direction, and maybe that's why around the edges it's fading a lot more than just kind of on the flat panels. Not sure, but at least at this point we know that the result is not from the ammo aerator and frothy. For those of you that are here because of EcoBoost content, I know I haven't made some in a while. Just want to give you a little bit of an update. I know like 2 months ago I promised putting the Cobb Stage 3 package up to the test, but I got sidetracked with other things. But that video is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I do have more EcoBoost content coming on the way, so thank you so much for watching. And with that being said, as always, I'm Steven, out here hanging out, having fun. See you in the next video.